Hello everyone and welcome back to the second episode of the journey to max my RuneScape account. Still doesn't have a funky name, but we're going to jump right in here with the beginning. We're going to talk about the goals for this episode and just what to expect. So first off, I'm going to sell the loot tab there. Hi, I'm just peeking over the fence in the Grand Exchange. We're going to sell the loot tab first of all, see how much money we can make back from that. While doing the Fossil Island Wyvern task yesterday, I purchased the Ancient Wyvern shield, so the 17 mil from that, it was 17.4 I think. So the cash tag took a bit of a hit. So we're going to see how much we can build that back up again by selling off the loot tab that we've built up. In addition to that, then we're going to look at completing the Mage Training Arena, because that is the barrier for completing the Lumbridge Hard Diary. It's the only thing we haven't done. Well, by completing the Mage Training Arena, I mean get bones to peaches. It's the only thing we haven't done for the Lumbridge Hard Diary, which I think could be quite useful for us. And in addition to that, then we're going to work through the Hard Diary steps for the Current and Kebos Diary. The only requirement we're missing for that is 74 farming, so we're 87,000 experience away from that. If I invest a little bit of money and plant some really good trees and fruit trees around the game, I should be able to get that level pretty quickly. In addition to that, we're going to be crafting all the battle staves that we have built up, which is currently at 548. I think we're due to buy more for today, and if we are, we're going to do those as well, so sitting in around 600, and then we're going to alch all of those. We still have to complete Song of the Elves, but whether or not that will happen in this episode, I don't know. But Song of the Elves is what we're waiting on here for this Elite Clue step. As you can see, I have one of each type of clue casket other than the Elite. So once we have the Elite completed and we have one of each, we're going to go through and open all those as well. But like I said, the more immediate goals now are to do the Mage Training Arena for Bones to Peaches to finish the Lumbridge and Draenor Hard. We're then going to work through and finish the Current and Kebos Hard. We're going to craft all those battle staves, which I think should give us a crafting level. We're then also just going to continue and work through some more Slayer. I would like to get 90 Slayer, and really I'll just come in with clips of that whenever we're getting the task, or if we get any particularly exciting drops. As described in as explained rather in the last episode, you know that there is a new baby in the house. Baby is 8 days old today, so again the amount of time where I can spend doing anything that's high attention is limited, and that's the only reason why Song of the Elves hasn't been done yet. We may also do a little bit of agility, and we may do some herblore just to push those levels up a little. There's a possibility of some construction, some hunter. We're definitely going to have to do farming. We may go back to the pond for some more fishing levels, and we may AFK some woodcutting. We may also go to the Wintertodt, who knows. So there's a lot of things that could happen, but the definite image is going to complete these two, the Hard Diaries here, as well as selling off the loot tab. So let's get started with the loot. So nicely, everything in that last inventory, apart from the Ranar seeds, the Onyx bolt tips, and the rune crossbow, you sold for the price without me having to drop it down at all. So there's 3.9 mil and 47k left over to add back into the bank value. That should take our cash stack, yep, 28 mil in cash. The bank is such a mess, we're going to have to tidy this up at some point shortly. But like I said, for now then, we're going to crack on with the Mage Training Arena in order to get bones to peaches for the Lumbridge Hard Diary. We're then going to work through the Current and Kebos Hard Diary, and I will sprinkle some other levels in between then. So again, the total level at the moment is 1924. We're obviously aiming for max. Ideally, I would like to be 2000 total level by Christmas. It's November 8th right now as I record this intro, so we'll see how all that goes, and I'll see you in the next clip. So we crafted all the battle staves, 610 in all, but no crafting level, so moving on. We've got a really nice level incoming here, something I didn't think I would ever really achieve when I first started playing RuneScape all those many years ago. Just a few more hits on these fire giants and we should have it. You see there, 65 experience to go off 97 hit points. Really there's been some major progress made on this account, even just the last few months, beyond what I thought I would ever do on RuneScape. So it's extremely exciting. And if I would ever hit the fire giant, then there we go, we can get the level. 97 hit points, which took us up to 1925 total. Really nice milestone. As you can see in the chat there, we've just finished the Fire Giant task. 246 tasks in a row, 15 points, and we're off to get the new one. No real notable drops, 2 Ancient Shards and a Dark Totem piece is all, but we're going to head off to our boy Durdell and see what else he can give me next. Hopefully something juicy, but we'll see when we get there. And here we go, I'm crossing all my fingers and all my toes. I'm 89 Slayer now, still haven't had a single Abbey Demon task, so I'd quite like that. Drakes. 71 Drakes. You know what? There could be worse tasks in the world. A lot of people hate Drakes. I really don't mind them. So let's go smash them out and hopefully maybe we get a unique drop. I missed the level there, but as you can see in the chat, we now have 97 strength from poking away at these Drakes. So that's again, it's the second 97 combat stat in the video. Very nice milestones all the way. And here is our task completed. 247 tasks, 15 points. And some law runes there on the drop, so no real notable drops of any nature from the task. However, 97 strength, you know, we'll take that. Unfortunately, no growth to the combat level. We're still 117. The hit points level and the strength level haven't taken us up. But again, we're going to go back to Duragel, get another task. Again, I'm hoping for Abbey Demons because I've never had one, but we'll see what it grants us with. Drum roll, please. Assignment. Cave Kraken boss. Oh man, it's so much better just to get a Cave Kraken task, you know, 200 plus of them, as opposed to the maximum 37 on the boss. But you know what? Let's just go and fight the boss. Maybe we'll get a Kraken pet. Kraken pet would be nice. So not quite the pet at all, but as you can see there, we received a Kraken Tentacle drop. That's a nice, just rounded up 500k. No real other notable drops as of yet. But like I said, a Kraken Tentacle, it's the second one of those I've had. I'll take it. We're now just, with this kill, we will finish up the task for the 35 Cave Kraken boss, and then we'll just do a total price check on the loot there. Everything you see in the inventory is what we've got from the task. It took one trip. Just as we were going to have to bank, we got a drop of sharks, so that worked out quite well. But let's just see how much we made then from that quick little task. 35 kills. Just over a mil. Well, nothing really to complain about there. You know, even if you take out the Kraken Tentacle, you still made 500k from 35 kills of, honestly, what's probably the most chill boss in the game. So I'll take a little boost of the bank value any day. So I forgot to record the clip of getting the task, but we've been sent to do 55 Black Dragons. We'll split this between KBD and Brutal Blacks, I think. Here we have the loot from the first trip to the King Black Dragon. Let's see how much money we made from that. The joys of playing on a laptop with a trackpad and no mouse. So 111k there from the first trip. Not too bad. I just had to record on here and show this is my very first ever drop of the KBD heads. You can see them in the chat and in the inventory there. So now to decide what to use them for. 2 kills later, Dragon Medhelm. Oh yay. So here we have some fantastic timing of the genie coming to see us as we're killing the KBD. So as you can see in the inventory, we are out of food. So I'm using the Protect from melee and fighting the KBD there to try and get the kill. Unfortunately, we didn't get the kill. Just because we had no food left, we were going to die, we had to tally out. But we got 118k in loot, plus the KBD heads, plus a genie lamp. So everyone, you know, everyone knows that you have to take that free rune crafting experience. It would be rude not to take that free rune crafting experience. So let's put that lamp for a free rune crafting experience. There's the loot from trip number 3 to the KBD. Yet another lovely level in this video. There we are with 93 ranged while fighting the KBD on our Slayer task. Lovely jubbly. And the loot here from the next trip, not quite so much as before, but I suppose money is money, right? And the loot from the next trip again. Not great, but not awful. We'll take the money. And here now we have the loot from the last trip to KBD. We move over to Brutal Blacks next. We see there another 98k, so we'll add that into the bank and move on. So just to give a comparison, Brutal Blacks are generally more chill than KBD. You don't use any food to eat them. So it's less effort, less supply cost, and as you'll see from this price check, which really it wasn't in any way any impressive loot from the Brutal Blacks, 142k, so we made almost double what we made from a lot of the KBD trips. So unless you're specifically going for the pet or the heads, I would say do Brutal Blacks over KBD. So between the Fire Giants task and the Brutal Black Dragon task, we got enough pieces to create yet another Dark Totem. That now gives us a total of 7, so maybe we'll visit Skotizo soon. So as you can see in the chat box there, yet another task complete. It is the milestone task, so we're going to go to Konar for the next one as opposed to Duradale. And let's just hope Konar treats us well, because she generally doesn't. So please Konar, please don't give us trash. 161 Hellhounds in Witchhaven Dungeon. You know what? I'll do it. I'll take the hard clues. We'll get the easy experience and we'll move on. It could have been much worse, really. It really could have been much worse than Hellhounds. So that is the Hellhound task all finished up. We received 2 Brimstone keys from the task as well as 2 hard clues. So we now have 3 hard caskets in the bank as well as 3 Brimstone keys. We had one from a previous task before. But as you can see there, that was 250 tasks in a row. So we received a lovely 630 Slayer point boost from completing that. Lovely jubbly. And we're back with Duradale for something new. What are we going to get? 45 more Black Dragons. I think I may take a little bit of a break from Slayer then and work on the other goals from the video, but nothing wrong with that task. Absolutely could be worse. Cheeky 91 magic level there from the Alchemist's room in the Magic Training Arena. I suppose there, or the Mage Training Arena. I suppose there has to be some positives to this fucking place. Finally, we're done. I didn't record an awful lot of footage of doing the MTA, but oh my gosh, it was awful. The Graveyard Room is awful. The Alchemist Room is awful. The Telekinetic Room is awful. The Enchanted Room is okay. It's by far the quickest of them all. But anyway, let's get Bones to Peaches. Let's complete this diary and let's move on, please. So let's buy it. Oh, never mind. We're brewed down from doing the Graveyard Room, so we got to drink my Super Restore to get the magic level to cast the spell before we're able to purchase it. Let's buy Bones to Peaches. Lovely. Now let's go over to Alcreed Palace, get ourselves some bones, cast the spell, and finish the Lumbridge and Draenor hard. Finally. It's been way too long. So here we are in Alcreed Palace. We're just going to bash some of the guards to pieces. Oh dear, all his friends are coming. I'm just going to close that door. We're going to bash the guard to pieces. We're going to bash the second guard to pieces because he decided he wanted to get involved. We're going to steal his bones, transform them into food, and eat them up like a delicious treat. Because that doesn't sound thoroughly demented at all. There we go, we've completed all the tasks in the hard diary. We've got to talk to Hiatus, whatever the hell. Hiatus, my friend! I've completed all the hard tasks in my Lumbridge and Draenor achievement diary. Or my hard tasks, rather. Quite, you'll be wanting a reward then. Yes, I will. I would love my reward, thank you very much. So I just skipped right through the dialogue. I'll go back to it in a minute. To see what the actual rewards are, but first we're going to stock up on Explorer Rings. I use these in the wilderness and things like that. It's pretty much the only place I use my diary rewards. I take them all into the wildy with me because they're decent gear but no risk. But anyway, let's find out exactly now what the rewards are. So, unlimited cabbage teleports, 4 charges to restore half your run energy. Collecting Tears of Guthix will provide increased experience, and a shortcut from the Lumbridge Swamp to the desert has become available. All those are pretty good unlocks, apart from maybe the desert one. I've never used it, but maybe there is a niche use to it. Let's spend the achievement up on runecrafting and head over to Currend. So we are just quickly doing the tree run from all the things we planted yesterday in order to get ourselves the 74 farming requirement. I know I could have just boosted the 1 level with a garden pie, but you know, I'll plant a few trees and run around. At the end of the day, I'll need farming levels in the long term anyway, so I may as well not put them off too far. At the end of the day, it's not an awful skill to train. So we're just going to around, check the health, harvest. We're not going to chop down any of the trees. And we're just going to try and get this sorted out as quick as we possibly can. You'll see in the next clip here that I didn't realise that mahogany trees take, I think it's 85 hours to grow or something like that. Because it has been quite a while since they were planted. But you'll see in the next clip we've gone to try and check the mahoganies here on Fossil Island. And they're at stage 5 out of 9. They just are not ready for us, which I suppose, you know, is fine. we'll come back to them for a nice little farming experience boost in the future. I think they give something like 30,000 experience each, or maybe 17,000, I don't know, maybe I'm totally wrong, but so there's our little maple tree that we've had planted for a while in Varrock. This just pay trays in order to get that chopped down. I've no need to keep that. At least with the fruit trees, they're better, where you can pop in and pick the fruit and get yourself some experience just as you're passing by. So we're over in Letia now, picking the coconuts from the palm tree. And at this point, I think we're almost very nearly wrapped up. I think we've got to stop over by Catherby, and then we're going to head to the farming guild and try and wrap up the rest of the things then. So here we are again with our palm tree and our coconuts in Catherby. It's taken us quite close to the level. We've got a fair bit of experience gained. Not quite there as of yet though. A little bit more grinding to do, but we'll get there with it. We just got to work a little bit more in order to get the requirement, and then we can finally complete the diary. I don't have any clips of completing all the other steps of the Curran and Kebbo's Hard, but they have been done. So as you see here, I'm going to do a round of Hispori. Just from picking snape grass and things like that in the guild. I've got it down to just over 12,000 experience remaining for the level, so we're going to fight Hispori. I'm aware the clip is a little bit laggy. Again, it's recording off a laptop, or maybe the clip isn't even going to be laggy, but for me playing, it was certainly laggy, so it is a bit of a scuffed kill. Again, it was recording, playing and recording off a laptop that is pretty old. I think it's like 4 or 5 years old. And it's a Mac at that, where the OBS isn't great on it. But with this Hispori kill, it should give us the remaining experience required to reach our 74 farming requirement. As you can see from the experience bar there above as well, we're also almost up a strength level, I believe, or attack level rather. I believe that would be taking us to 92. I think we only have something like 30,000 experience or something left for the next attack level, which is very, very close, and my defense level isn't really far off it either. So we're just going to slap away at the Hispori. Hopefully we're going to get the bottomless bucket. But again, it's a bit of a scuffed kill. I didn't really pay any attention to the vine things trapping me, so I ended up taking damage from that, and I didn't really break through from them, and it took me longer than it should have to defeat the little spore things that spawn around the outside, the flowers rather, that make the Hispori invulnerable. It's certainly not the worst trip that I've had here, honestly, but of course by no means my best. So there's the Hispori Dunzo. Let's turn off my prayers. Let's harvest. Oh, it's a new PB as well. I'm only just realising now upon watching back the recording that it's a new PB. So Chrono Seeds and Papaya... No, what were they? Was it Papaya Seeds? Is that even a thing? Does that exist? Yes, it was. Papaya Tree Seeds, Chrono Seeds. And we're going to plant the new Hispori, but we've got our 74 farming now. So we're off to the Tithe Farm. We're going to pick the Log of Anno seed. Thankfully, we don't actually need to play the minigame properly. We just need to literally plant the seed, and that is it. Done. So, yes, we know what we're doing. Just let us go in, plant the seed, and I'm going to leave. I have no intention of playing this minigame. Apparently, the gardening outfit thing isn't worth grinding for. So there we go. We've completed the hard task in the Corrend and Kebbo's area, and the diary has been updated. So we're going to head on over now to Corrend Square and collect our reward. Where is our little diary pal? No, that is Hosa. There she is over there in the full dragon armor minus the helmet, because everyone knows that the dragon full helm is too expensive. I've completed all the hard tasks in my Corrend and Kebbo's diary. So the Rada's Blessing. Anyway, we'll read through these again properly in a minute. Oh, thanks. And again, we're going to stock up on the blessings just for the same reason as with the Explorer Ring. I use these when I'm doing anything risky. You know, and if I need to drop things or whatever, it's kind of the stuff that I would use. Just the diary things, because I just don't. I mean, there's no cost to regain them, so I may as well use them up if I can. So let's find out just the details then of the rewards. Tell me about the hard rewards. You'll get a 6% chance of catching 2 fish at once while using the blessing, 2 fish at once. It'll provide unlimited teleports to the Curran Woodland and 3 daily teleports to Mount Crolum. On top of that, Captain Cleve will show you how to use a Slayer Helm in place of a Shazian Helm. You'll get a 5% increase in yield from the Hasudius and Farming Guild Herd patches, and Thuris will give you 40 free dynamite per day. So those are some really good perks there. We're going to now get more herbs from the Farming Guild, as well as we can get the Slayer Helm bonus when fighting the Lizardmen Shamans on task. Fantastic. So those are the 2 major goals for the video completed. Hi there everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to everyone who watched and supported the first episode. If you could, please do the same here. If you enjoy the content, please hit the like button down below. If you're not subscribed, please do to be notified when I upload. I'm hoping for this series, at the very least, once per week, as well as other antics, as this channel will be the YouTube home for all my RuneScape antics, and I have more than one account. But as for now, that's everything from me. Thank you so much again, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.